Cut and Cuts is awesome. Puzzle Mystery Quilt is basically all your pieces are cut out. You don't have to worry about any type of measuring and cutting. You just get your packages and you sew.
One of my absolute favorite products is the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I'm currently working on the Carnival in the bum pop in the small, and I love that it's all pre-cut. All I have to do is open up my clue each month, unpack the pre-cut fabrics, and about 45 minutes to an hour later, I have a beautiful clue. I think this is so much fun, and it's really neat when I have a day where I just want to do something easy as well.
Let me tell you what I love about Cotton Cuts and the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. They are like, they will lead you right to the water. They can't make you drink, but they can lead you right to the water. So they make it so easy for you to finish a quilt. You're going to have that darn quilt done in 10 months. You're going to have it done. And we do it as a group, and I love that.
Love subscription boxes. I've done all of y'all's at one point or another, and y'all have tons of great ones. It's just so fun and so important to me to do something every day that brings you joy. Even if it's just for an hour a day, sit down and do it, something for yourself.
Now, when I saw the Cotton Cuts, I thought, it's cut for you. And I loved it. I loved it that, you know, putting the pieces together because it was manageable. It was so easy to do. So then I started sharing it on my YouTube channel because I was like, well, if I can do this, anybody can do this.
I love doing batiks for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Honestly, I think it's the best thing because they press nicely, they're crisp, they feel good, there's no wrong side, you don't have to stress about it, and I'm just a really big fan of batiks. So
I had never made a quilt before, and the Puzzle Mystery Quilt was my first one ever. I knew nothing about quilting, and I'm completely self-taught as a sewist, so some of the terms I was just unfamiliar with, but the Puzzle Mystery Quilts make it so easy. First of all your fabrics are die cut and pre-cut for you. And then the next best part are the instructions. So even if you do not know much about sewing, their instructions break everything down for you. It shows you all the different blocks that you're gonna make for that month. Down here, I love because it tells you all your different fabrics by letter and how many pieces. You really don't need to know much about quilting to be successful because Cotton Cuts breaks it down for you. They tell you which step to do first, second, how to join the pieces together, and those little arrows even show you in which direction to press your seams.
It is manageable. Okay, how many block of the month?
From the ultimate, like, I have no time in my life person, for you to say it's manageable, right? That's really easy. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's a sweet little slice of my sewing time where I don't have to worry and I don't have to, like, this sounds crazy, but I don't fully have to use my brain, right? Like, I literally am pulling it. The most brain activity that I am using at that point is making sure that I'm matching and I'm using my code and, like, this is fabric A, this is fabric B, this is fabric C. That's it. Once that's all organized and laid out and I'm following the clues, I am just mindlessly sewing at that point. And while I'm doing that, I'm accomplishing something that I haven't accomplished in any other block of the month program, right?
Thank you for believing in me and helping me get started in the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. And I could not imagine my quilting journey without it.
This is part of the fun things that we've added with you is that can Ian guess the final layout? And so we've been doing this 15, 16 times, you know, 2,000 people every time. Like, it's huge. And I think in all that time, you were the only one that's ever gotten really close.
You will get addicted to them. I can't stop doing the Puzzle Mystery Quilts. They are just so much fun. Even if I wasn't an ambassador, I would be jumping in and working on these because they're so easy. You just have to spend a little bit of time. The no cutting part, I know I think every single ambassador in the preview, I think somebody talked about not cutting. Every single ambassador talks about the not cutting part, but it is so much nicer to just sit and sew.
peanuts, cotton candy. Get your popcorn, get your cotton candy, get your peanuts. The carnival is about to end. Paula, they're there. Paula, they started without us. Holy cow. Sorry, guys. Okay, all right, let's get ready. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is the big reveal for the Carnival Puzzle Mystery Quilt, guys. The carnival is about to leave town for good. It has been an awesome 10 months with you guys. It has been a fun adventure. It's been a fun ride. And the reveal is always kind of our big celebration. As you can tell, Paula kind of brought all of her magic to our set today and convinced me to don the Halloween costume extraordinaire for this big event. We are so excited. It has been a great ride with everybody. We've had 2,000 people joining in the carnival. We've had a ridiculous number of ambassadors joining and sharing the love for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. It has been an awesome ride. So as a quick bit of introduction, for those of you that might not know anything that I'm talking about or why I'm standing here dressed like this, the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt is a 10-month program. Each month, you get pre-cut parts and pieces and instructions on how to put them together. You sew a couple blocks, you sew a couple strips, and then you set it aside. And in the 10th month, which is today at about 2:15, everyone gets the instructions on how to put it together. And so you sew month 1 to month 4 to month 7 to whatever month together, and the puzzle comes together. And we get to see the big reveal. It's important that everyone sees it at the same time. We want to make sure that everyone gets to see the reveal and be surprised together. So that's why we do this live. And I do want to apologize, Facebook, unfortunately. Okay, just kidding. Paula is off on the side, waving wildly. Facebook has all of a sudden come online. I'm very excited to welcome everyone on Facebook. So that's why we do it on Facebook and YouTube. So everyone, no matter where you are, can all see these beautiful quilts at the same time. And we get to bring in some of our favorite partners, and you guys get to talk with them and engage with them and see kind of their quilts as they've completed this journey with all of us together. And so we actually have a sample clue. Paula will start yelling at me if I don't show it to everybody. This is what a sample clue looks like. It's got pre-cut triangles, it's got scripts, it's got a single, very simple to follow, easy to follow instructions, and that's what comes to you in the mail each month. So we're going to start this big reveal as we do every reveal. And I am going to welcome Sheila Christensen to our show. Sheila is my design partner. She reached out to me 8 years ago and said, hey, I've got this crazy idea. I've been doing this program in New Zealand. Would you like to do it in the United States? And I naively said yes. And here we are, 14 mystery quilts later, Sheila. This is our 14th show. Can you believe that? Like,
that's just amazing. It just comes around so fast, doesn't it?
I know, right? So Sheila is the design master behind all of it. She's the one that puts together the design. She's the one that puts all the parts and pieces and decides what's going to be in month 1 and month 2. She designs all of our instructions for us. Sheila is amazingly brilliant. And each time she ups her game a little bit more and a little bit more. And we'll see in a little bit how awesome this latest design is. So Sheila, tell us about the Carnival Mystery. Where did the inspiration come from for you for this design?
Well, I do start as I always start with a pencil and square paper.
It's really that simple. It's a pencil and a piece of paper.
Yeah, I start drawing and get a few ideas, so I get kind of motifs in my head. So there's a motif in there that you'll see, and once I've drawn it always gives me some sort of a feeling of an idea of what to call the quilt. So the quilt comes first, and then the name. And looking at this one, it did remind me a little bit of a carnival ride, maybe a big wheel or something like that. So you will see when you see the quilts.
Yes. And I think that's important. Let's pause a little bit and talk about that, because this was a topic of conversation yesterday during our weekly live. Was the title of the quilt is something that's reminiscent in the quilt, but not completely like on the nose. So I know we're all dolled up carnival, but there's no carnival rides. There's no, ice cream on fabric. It is merely a title that is reminiscent of the finished design, but not necessarily like completely on. And it just gives us something fun to talk about. And it gives a universal language, right? When we say carnival, we all know what we're talking about. So, yeah.
The very first mystery quilt I designed, I called Conundrum at Cocktail Hour. And And all the colorways were named after cocktails.
Oh my gosh. So what was it about the quilt that reminded you of that? That's interesting.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't
Maybe.
even think there was anything about that one. It was just, what shall I call this?
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, so this one's Carnival because it reminds you there's some wheel-like elements in it that reminds you of Carnival, yes?
Yep.
All right. So
Yes, it
Sheila,
does.
I believe
Yes.
you have 2 quilts to show us today.
I
Would you like to
do.
show them? Okay.
Which would
go.
you like to see first?
Which one do you have first? So what I'm going to ask is Paula, let's make Sheila really big so everyone can see this design all at the same time. Let's zoom in on Sheila.
Yep. So here we go. I have the lemonade in the small size. Are you ready? Should we do a drum roll? I'll do a drum roll. Hang on a moment. I'll find my drum rolls. Da da da. Ta-da! So this is the lemonade in the small size. And I love these Alison Glass fabrics. But as you can see, it's kind of an octagon shape in that the darker yellow. So yeah, there it is.
That is, oh my gosh, I love the lemonade. That Alison Glass fabric is amazing. And so, you can see from the picture that Sheila took, it's got kind of that circle carnival ride element to it, and lots and lots and lots of movement. It is a fun kind of play with the vision. But what you're going to see through other quilts is how different colors do different things, right, Sheila?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see some more finished quilts, and guys, it'll be very different how they play together. Sheila, they're getting lots of positive comments about it's great, it's awesome. People are excited they get to see their lemonade. It's outstanding. Yes. All right.
Okay, so I'm now going to show you. Should we do another? No, let's do a different noise.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a close-up of this one, Sheila, so everyone can see a large sky diver.
Are you ready? Come on, come on, come on. Hang on a moment. Press play. There we go.
All right.
There we go. So this is the large skydiver. Is it skydiver or sky flyer? I could never remember. So I love this.
That's the large skydiver, Sheila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this is like a square design, and I love these little fairy dragon things in the border fabrics. They're just amazing.
So one of the most common questions we get asked is, what's the difference between a small and a large? And so we're going to see 2 ambassadors side by side of the same colorway, but you can see that center design, that kind of circular element that goes completely around the quilt. It's in the large as well, but we've added more design elements around it to make it a bigger quilt, to give it more depth and more dimension. Sheila, that quilt is beautiful. That is amazing. Sheila, are you still there?
Yep, I am still here. Hang on a moment.
Okay, yeah. So Paula,
my little button box wasn't working.
That's okay. Technology is amazing, isn't it? All right. Yeah. So Sheila, I love both of those quilts. What is your favorite part about this design? What is the part that stings to you the most?
Oh, I like the fact that it's a bit different to a lot of quilts because it's got that sort of that shape going around. And then so I love that in the small size. I love that sort of octagonal shape, and then the little echoes at the top and bottom of the squares that go around the shape. And then on the large one, I love the difference, like, so just outside that octagonal shape there's kind of a secondary background area. And I like the shape that creates as well. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, Sheila.
I just love working with cotton cuts. It's so much fun.
Thank you. It is always an adventure. That is for sure. And so, Sheila, thank you so much for all that you've done. This has been a fun adventure with you as well. We're in the middle of Tree of Life, and you are currently working on clue like 6 and 7 and 8. You're working ahead of everybody.
Yes.
And you're getting ready for the new mystery, which we will talk about at the end of the show,
That's
which
right.
is awesome and amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
All right. So,
Plus, the ideas are popping for the next one at the moment. So there
yes,
you go.
I was going to say it's about time to start thinking about number 18. I think we're about like 2 ahead now, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I know.
Always
All right.
are.
Sheila,
Cool.
as always, thank you so much for your friendship and your awesome design creativity. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, everybody. I can't wait to see everybody's colorways.
Have a great Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, gang. So now we've seen Sheila. She always gets to have the first reveal. But what we're going to do now is show you quilts that are made by Team Cotton Cuts here. So we can see a couple other colorways. My magic props are being taken off to the side. So the first quilt we're going to see is made by a sister of a Cotton Cuts enthusiast. And so this was her first quilt she's ever made. Her sister who works here is like, this is amazing. This is going to be a great first project for you. And she sewed it together. And so we have a large bomb pop to show you. And so that's what our first quilt is. And I'm going to bring it up in front of the camera and show everyone at the same time. And so this is a large, and so this is Holly's sister Lark, and it's red, white, and blue. And you can see the consistent kind of circular design element around the outside. And it's beautiful. And this was her first quilt, guys. She's never done anything like this before. And so it was a good opportunity to sit with her sister and make an awesome finished quilt project. All right. I'm so glad everyone that's seeing theirs that this is the bomb pop. All right. So then next up, we have, this is actually Cheryl. So Cheryl is another member of our enthusiast team. And Cheryl, again, saw this. She cuts these parts all the time. And she's like, hey, I want to make that project. I want to do something with it. And so this is the first quilt she started. It's not the first one she's finished, because as she started doing this project, as she started doing the hot air balloon, she's like, this is a lot of fun. And so she has since completed lots of quilts. She has been bitten by the bug. But she stayed up with this, and she sewed with Dawn, another one of our enthusiasts, and they actually worked on this project together and finished their hot air balloon. All right. And of course, Cheryl's addicted now, and she's making lots more PMQs. And last night they were sewing in the shop, teaching more people how to quilt. And so it's just a bug, guys. You guys get it. All right, this next one. So this is Holly's. And so this is Holly's small candy apple. Holly started working her, and she heard about the project, and she's like, I'm in. I want to do it. This sounds amazing and awesome. And so this is her small candy apple. You can see the different fabrics, guys. Like that circular element is a little downplayed in this, because it's really kind of what we'll call the seats on the tilt-a-whirl that have more kind of play in it. But look how beautiful all these half square triangles and squares are on the perimeter. That is definitely a design element that pops, and it looks really, really, really nice. This is, Holly did a fantastic job. Holly is, of course, bitten, and she's doing more Tree of Life. But this one is a ton of fun, you guys. This one has, it's interesting because you can't necessarily see a lot of the prints on the camera. So when Paula takes photos and posts this, this is one you guys are going to want to take a look at. There's a lot of movement in that one. And then this is the one that you will soon see a video coming out of Robin putting this together on the design wall. So this is her large, it's not a large sleigh ride. It's a small sleigh ride. Okay, sorry guys. No. So this is her large sleigh ride. And so she laid this out on the design wall for us. And so we got to see her put this together and lay everything out and see some parts returned and fix them and move them back. But this is her large sleigh ride. So this is Robin's, I think, her second puzzle mystery quilt. Yes. And she, I know, is going to take this and show her mom, because it's a special connection, and she gets to have a story time with her as she's finishing all these quilts and these projects. So thank you, Robin. It looks awesome as always. Okay, so that is everything we have here. Now we get to go virtually and connect with lots of other people out into the world. So first up is our favorite Arkansas gal, Andrea. Andrea is joining us from home. Or you're outside today? Holy cow! You're in Paducah today. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you were in Paducah for Quilt Week. That's amazing. I'm impressed.
And my phone's got 3%. So fingers crossed.
Real quickly. It's okay. All right. So Andrea, quickly show us the quilts, and we can talk about the other stuff before your phone dies. Show us So you did a large skydiver, which is the same one that we just saw from Sheila. All right. Oh, and it's windy there, of course. Thankfully, it's not raining. Yeah. All right. Let's zoom in and take a quick look on that beautiful, beautiful skydiver.
Oh, just give us a minute to get there. Oh, come on.
I got little legs. I got little young legs.
Yeah. Make sure she gets.
Can y'all see it? I think they can. I think they can see it.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Andrea. Oh my God, that's awesome. And you just have a helper come and help you hold it. That is awesome. So, Andrea, this skydiver
They're here
is
for the
amazing.
quilting show too. Just talking about your help.
Hi. Sorry.
I know quilters are everywhere helping you. That is fantastic. We can't script this stuff, right? Someone walks by and helps you. Oh my gosh, Andrea, I love Paducah. Quilt Week is an amazing time. Lots of vendors, lots of quilts. So Andrea, tell us, what was your favorite part about this skydiver quilt? What was your favorite part about this design over all the ones you've done?
Like you were saying about the circular thing in the middle, it really pops. And of course, this fabric is beautiful with this little owls and birds, and it's so cutie. So it was fun.
These little like seahorse dragons. Like there was multiple debates in the shop if those were seahorses or dragons, for sure.
Yeah, definitely a mixture.
Yeah. Andrea, I know you're on the road and you're giving us spare time. I love it and appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go, but we will definitely see you again for Tree of Life. Yes.
Oh, definitely. Can't wait.
All right, so if you want to find Andrea, her channel is awesome. It's Arkansas Gal. She's on YouTube. She's all over the social media. I had a fantastic interview with her. You guys can catch up with her after the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrea.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Okay. Sorry, that was brief, but super awesome because she was on location. Yeah, dragons, guys. I think it's dragons. I said it was dragons. People were saying it was seahorses. I don't know who's absolutely right on that one. All right. So next we have Crystal Hart. So Crystal, hello, Crystal. How are you?
Hi, good, and you?
Smile. How are you, Crystal?
Good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. I will be more fantastic when I see your quilt because this is the one that the team in the shop is like, we want to see this one. We want to see how cool it looks. So I am super excited. But Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a disclaimer.
Okay.
I made a mistake, if you can see it.
Oh my goodness. So, okay. So if I'm galloping by on a horse, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. All right. Okay. So she's going to bring it closer. And what we're going to do is Paula is going to make it really big so you guys can see it. You won't be able to hear me. So.
All right. So this is the whole thing. Spot the mistake. I won't point it out.
Back. All right, so it's okay, Crystal. It looks, you know what? It looks fantastic and amazing, and it is, as many say, it is a creative design choice.
Right. A happy little accident.
Right, and I love. So your colors are so bright and bold, but the white kind of brings it down. The cream brings it down a little bit, and it is. I love it. Do you love it?
I love it, and I love this fabric so much.
Yes, the Allison Glass. I am so happy she did this collection. It's great.
I love it. I love it so much. And the design was beautiful. I understand the Ferris wheel that was supposed to be there, but you know.
It's okay. It's so, you know, when you go to the carnival, like there's always about 10% of you that thinks the ride is going to break, right? Like this was set up in 2 days and it's only going to be here a week and they're going to tear it down in 6 hours. Like maybe yours is the ride that's on the verge of like maybe falling, right?
Yeah, mine is mid tear down.
Yours is tear down. Yours is at the end of the carnival. It's like you have your last ticket, you go ride the ride before it leaves for the day.
Right.
All right. So
yes, this is Fortune Teller. I've seen somebody asking. This is the colorway Fortune Teller.
Yes, and it is a small fortune teller, if I'm remembering.
Small, right?
Fantastic. So, Crystal, what was your favorite part about this PMQ? What was your favorite part about everything?
My favorite part was definitely the fabric because when I saw this colorway, I was like praying that I would be able to get it. So, definitely the fabric. I love Allison Glass, but just these color choices put together, oh my gosh, beautiful.
So Crystal, what is your single biggest tip or trick you can share with all the detectives as they put together this quilt and any PMQ for us?
I would say just, you know, keep your little thing and have fun because it's so easy. You don't really have to worry about much. You're not measuring anything. Just have fun with it. And if you make little mistakes on your Ferris wheel, just, roll with it.
Yeah, it is distinctly yours, and I love it.
Right.
So, Crystal, how can everyone find you? Because you're like, I love that the shirt matches your quilt. So, like, I definitely want to go and find you and learn more. So, how do people find you?
All right. Here on YouTube, I'm Crystal Hart, or like it's on the screen, at Crystal Hart channel. On Instagram, I'm the word ONE Crystal Hart, and on Facebook, Crystal Hart.
That's so easy. It's like super easy, right? It shouldn't be harder than that. Oh my gosh, Crystal, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing it with us, and thank you for joining us on this journey. And we will
Thank you for having me
very soon. Thank you, Crystal. All right. Okay. So next up, we have Sean, the guy who sews, and he's going to be joining us to show a bomb pop quilt. So Sean is okay, we're rolling with it. All right, so we're gonna put a pause in Sean. Sean is probably feeding a turtle or taking care of a foreign exchange student that's learning how to sew in his house. So we're gonna go to Amber for So Majestic. We'll come back to Sean.
Hi,
Amber, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
We're rolling with it today, right? It's live. Like,
listen,
all these people coming and going.
I'm a teacher. It's always rolling with it.
Yeah, you just kind of make it up. Like, so it's funny because Paula had the just in case. So she gave me these cones that she wrapped in fabric, which is actually appropriate because it's actually in the quilt behind you. And she wants me to
so
with
awesome.
them. So if it gets to be really bad and I have to bring out the cones, you know exactly what happened. Okay. All right. How are you? Thank you so much, Amber, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me
during the day, and I appreciate you taking the time out to spend some time with us.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Tell us, what's the amazing quilt hanging behind you?
I have the small lemonade, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm so happy. The yellows, I never choose, I always like greens, but I never choose a yellow, and I just love the mustard gold and the yellows that pop in it. So it was a very different color choice for me, and I think that was my favorite thing about it. And just coming together as I was sewing it, I kept showing my family look at this piece, look at this piece. Just so excited about it.
Oh my goodness. So that is part of my joy too, is it's you get so excited about this little piece of fabric I sewed together, and your family's like, I can't feel how excited it is that all your triangles, this quilt had a lot of half square triangles in it, all the triangle points match, and you get so excited, and they're like, what's for dinner? When are you gonna come join us?
All the seam matching for the Clue 10, but it's so worth it though.
So that's probably a super hot tip, right? Is to match the pressing instructions, because then your finished quilt goes together so easy, right?
Yes, 100%. If you've been pressing in the directions, you're gonna be smooth sailing, and you're gonna be happy that you did when it gets to putting it together for sure.
Oh my goodness. So what other tip and trick can you share with everyone who's going to be putting it all together over the weekend?
Just have fun. Definitely don't stress about it. One of the things that I love is that as long as your seam allowance is consistent, it's going to line up beautiful. And my favorite thing, if you watch my tutorials, I'm like, oh, this is a little off, we'll just hide that in the seam allowance. So no stress. And also the other thing that I would say, if you're not a part of the Cotton Cuts group on Facebook or Sheila's Mystery Quilters, you have to join. It's so much fun. And the joy that everybody brings, sharing their progress on the Puzzle Mystery Quilts, is just it's the best.
Yes, so those are you sew like I do. Is the as long as you're consistent. So as long as my definition of consistent might not be right, but for this project, for everything we do pre-cut, as long as you're consistent, and I mean that's even something as simple as using the same sewing machine, right?
Yeah.
I feel with this one, if I switch sewing machines, it's good luck when the finishing comes together. But if I'm on the same sewing machine, being consistent is super important. And those groups are amazing. If you get stuck, people will help you. If you're unsure on how to piece it together, people will help you. I love that community is so positive and so strong, and it's awesome. It's a great.
Yeah, it really is. It's very special to be a part of.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So how do we find you, Amber? How do we find you after this?
Sure. I'm on all the social media. So on, I have a Facebook group and a YouTube channel that's just So Majestic. And then on Instagram and TikTok, it's like it is on the screen with the underscore between it. And I post on all of them, all different type of content. So.
Oh my gosh, Amber, that is awesome. Thank you so much for partnering with us along this ride. I love the lemonade. That's the one I was going to make for my nephew because it's like his favorite color. So I'm so happy to see it. Like we might go grab some fabric and get started on it.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Amber. Yes, have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for joining us.
You too. Take care.
Thank you. All right. So, okay. So I'm looking at the comments off on the side. So we got a couple of things. So I think there might have been a glitch with the email, or perhaps it's coming out in waves. Like that's sometimes what the mail system will do is sometimes it won't send it all at the same time. So the people off camera are like trying to figure that part out. So trust that if you don't have the email, it's going to come soon. Also, don't forget to check your spam and check your promotions. It looks like, okay, so a couple of things. Don't forget, thank you, Tracy Weeder. If you are sewing the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, we have a monthly Zoom sew along as well. That's another fantastic tip and trick if you do get stuck. We're going to be calling that a special name, which is to be announced next week. And you'll be able to join us Thursday night, once a month, on the third Thursday, and be able to join with us. More details on that coming if you join the Cotton Cuts Fabric group. All right, we're going to try. We're gonna check in with Sean. Let's see if he's there. All right, so I have a feeling. Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. 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 Sean probably has us muted and can't hear us. Okay. All right. So that's okay. That's okay. Maybe he's getting his popcorn, peanuts, and cotton candy. We can't blame him for that. All right. So we're going to pop on to our next person. So this is Beth from Goody Goods. Yeah, I know. I feel like Sean. All right. It's okay. Right. So I feel like Beth, like, do you remember, did you watch the show where Ian like had a big reveal and like it all came crashing down? Like, I feel like we just gotta kind of roll with it, right? Like, all right. Yes. I still not to move too much because this is a Dickie and like, it's okay. It's great. All right. Hi, Beth. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Look at that quilt behind you. It is so striking.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
It's so great. I love that the Tula Pink fabric was an option because I love Tula Pink. And then like all throughout, since this is using the Tiny Beast fabric, there are just little fussy cuts of hedgehogs. You've got the little trash pandas there, and then you have the fox in this like green fabric. So it was really cool that I was able to sew with Tula Pink. So thank you for offering such amazing fabric selections for us each month.
Oh my goodness. That is so the best part about the Tula Pink is when you die cut it, right? You can't control where those little animals and critters are going to be. And I know people get like a little burst of joy when they're like, oh my God, I got a raccoon. Oh my God, I got this, I got that. And one time we did a mystery quilt that had unicorn.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag unicorn butts was, I kid you not, a hashtag in our group because you would get like the die cut like unicorn tail. And like there it was. I've got a unicorn butt in my quilt right now.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm getting a comment about your binding. Let's go back and take a look because I've heard that they like your binding.
So it's the striped fabric, and I love how you all cut that or like supplied it so that I could cut it in this way and have the stripes going this way all around the border of the quilt. It's just a really fun element, and I think it borders it really nicely as well. So again, like you supply the fabric and the selections, and so I think you all did a wonderful job with, I mean, everything even down to the binding is like superb with Cotton Cuts. And then I used some Tula Pink backing of my own, which is fun little flamingos, but it looks so good.
Oh my gosh, the value of your backing, I'm looking at it, I love that flamingo print, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I was to buy that online, it's like $200, but I love the flamingo fabrics. It's perfect for that. And we called it Petting Zoo. And people were kind of like, why Petting Zoo? And I'm like, oh, it's got all these little critters in it, all these little animals. I love it. All right, so Beth, tell us what your favorite part is about the Puzzle Mystery Quilt.
I love how it's just very stress-free. I feel like I'm constantly working on a lot of stressful projects that have deadlines and they're very like time intensive. I love that when this comes time to work on each month, it's like, whoo, okay, I can like let my hair down, relax, start sewing, have a good time. And at the very end of the program, I have something like this, which is just insane that I pieced this little by little. But I think it would just definitely be how easy and fun it is. It really is.
Well, so imagine the quilt behind you, right? So you see it in a quilt shop. You're like, I want to make that. and you buy all the fabrics and you have all this yardage stacked up, and then you get to the instructions and it's like, cut 125 squares and then cut them on the diagonal. And you're like, nope, not today. And it just gets pushed off to the side. You're like, maybe next week. And so I feel like, right, that's super complex, right? You would have to commit a chunk of time, especially someone like you and like me who doesn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like with kids and families and whatnot. Like it comes and you're able to create this masterpiece in just 10 months.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one of the things I really like about it, because I would see that, I would buy it, and it would never get done in my house.
See, I would see it, and I was even telling my husband this the other day, almost verbatim what you just said. I was like, look at it. Isn't it so beautiful? I never would have pieced this traditionally because it would have just been a headache. Like, it's beautiful, but it would have been a headache if I had to go the traditional route of buying the fabric, cutting it, putting it all out there. So, yeah, I love how you make it possible for us to have these very intricate, beautifully designed patterns. Way to go, Sheila, for all of us to make, and to make it easy is just such a blessing. So thank you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you are very welcome. Thank you so much, Beth. How can people find you to catch up with you and all your adventures?
You can find me on Goody Goods. I'm on YouTube, not a lot, but I am always on Instagram showing quilts that I'm working on. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh my gosh, Beth, you are a joy and a pleasure. It's always a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your quilt with us and all of your awesome content.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day.
Have a great weekend, Beth. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Okay. That was awesome and amazing. So I see questions coming up. So she talked a lot about the binding. Yes, you will get the binding in your Clue 10. That is what either it comes to you if you are month to month, or it's already in your box if you prepaid. So all the binding, we have something out for you. You don't have to use what we send you if you don't like it. Like, say those stripes would drive you absolutely wonky, which look amazing in her quilt, but if you don't like it, you can use something else and you won't tell anyone. All right. Okay. So next up we have Anne. What's that? What's that? Oh, sorry. I'm being told. Okay. I have received word that Sean is back with us. Sean, are you there? Sean.
Yes, ma'am. I am finally here.
I think, I was saying like something always goes wrong. Like, we checked in with you 3 times and I was like, Sean.
Okay. So tonight is prom night for one of our exchange student boys. And of course everyone showed up right when this started. So I thought I could like duck in, do this and get out. But, every time I was supposed to be on, some other catastrophe happened where I had to take care of that. So everyone's gone. So we should be good now.
But it's like 2:40. It's only 3:40 where you at, and they're already promming?
They're doing pictures first, and then they're going on one of those cruise ship, like river cruise things where they go up and down. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's earlier.
Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Prom is very different than when I was in school. Okay. Well, welcome, Sean. Thank you so much for joining us and splitting your time. I appreciate you doing kind of that responsibility and being with us. So, Sean, we've been seeing lots and lots and lots of amazing quilts. Would you like to share yours with us?
Absolutely. I did the small bum pop, and I love, 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 and I'm going to stand up so you can kind of see it better. You've seen the large one already. Look, I can never get this camera right. Look, there we go. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. So you can.
It is this is my surprise. This is the one, we see the images when we're collecting colorways, and then this is my surprise. When I see this one in person, I am just completely blown away by how amazingly awesome it is. We've done red, white, and blues before. This is by far my favorite of all the red, white, and blues we've done.
Oh, me too. I haven't done a red, white, and blue before. It's probably the first time I've made a quilt, period, with red, white, and blue, but this was perfect. I mean, I love the batiks, the different shades. I wanted something high contrast, and this just absolutely fit the bill. I'm so happy with my selection for this one here.
Yeah, I was going to say, when it comes to batiks, it's definitely got Sean's name on it for sure. All right, so Sean,
absolutely.
We're collecting a library of awesome tips to share with people. What is your awesome tip to share with everybody?
Well, as you can hear, I have an accent, so I'm originally from Australia, and my tip is if you're an international detective and you think this is out of your league, it's not, because if you prepay, global shipping is included. And my other tip for everybody is, with all the postal service issues we've had, if you can, prepay. That way it gets shipped to you all at once in this lovely box. You only have to wait for the mail person once, and then you get your clues emailed to you right away. So that'd be my tips. If you can afford it and it's viable, prepay for it.
I think so. We started out with international detectives. Like, it's too costly to ship it to us a month at a time. And so it's like, why don't we just put all the fabric, we'll package it like Legos, and then we just email. And then that way you can participate real time. And so many global, I think we have global detectives in 15 different countries, Sean. Like, that's how many people participate, because they can't oftentimes participate in most block of the months. It's too expensive, and the shipping is too expensive. And then I was like, it's working so well there, and we're having growing problems on the month-to-month side. So why don't we offer it up to everyone? And Carnival was the first time we did it. I am going to be very transparent and note, we learned a lot doing it for Carnival, and we've improved a lot for Tree of Life, and we're going to continue to improve for the next mystery. But I like it. It's better for us. I think it's better for a lot of detectives. And you're absolutely right. If you can afford it, that is, it's less stress for everyone involved, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. So Sean, how can people find you?
I am primarily on YouTube as the guy who sews, and I'm also on Instagram. I don't post on there as often as I should, but I do post from time to time there as well. But yeah, if you want to find me, look for me on YouTube.
Fantastic. Hey, Sean, question for you off topic. What time's curfew tonight on prom night?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my wife when she gets home.
All right, that's good to know. Good to know. All right, so I'm seeing some questions, like, so the shipping stuff. Yeah, I get it. That's unfortunate. But let's see, working at your own pace. Everyone's saying they love you, Sean. They're glad you were able to join us.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're able to join us as well. As always, Sean, a pleasure. Thank you so much. And you have a fantastic rest of your day.
Great. You too. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey,
Appreciate
bye.
it. Bye. All right. Okay, so next is Anne. I'm sorry, we've got a script going behind the camera. So next is Anne from Toby Knits. All right, Anne, are you there? All right. Hello, Anne. How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Now that I see your quilt behind you, holy cow, this is so different from all the ones we've seen.
I know, and it's such a different one. I've never done a dark colored quilt before. And when I was putting it together, I was like, how is this going to work? I can't even tell how it's going to work. But isn't it gorgeous? Look at it.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, so tell us, which colorway is it and what size is it, Anne?
So this is Ferris wheel,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the small.
And it's the steampunk fabrics, yes?
It is. It's the steampunk fabric.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like the colors in this, like here, like look at this.
Yes, it is. I'm an engineer, right? And so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
means to me the like gears and all the sciencey stuff in that orange print. I love it. Yes, all the silhouettes.
And they're so cool because as I was putting it together, well, maybe I can show you.
Hold on. Let me get Paula to like zoom in on you.
Like, look at the face. Oh my goodness. The colors are amazing. I absolutely love it. And you might notice, I haven't actually sewn the whole thing together because I'm quilting it as you go.
Oh my God, that's right. That's right. When we talked about it on your channel. So how is that going for you as you quilt as you go? Oh!
I'm going to quilt this whole panel all the way down this way because this is easy to fit in your sewing machine versus trying to stick that in the sewing machine. And I have ordered some of this fabric from you guys.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my backing. And then I'll cut a piece of this out to go with that. And I'm going to quilt them all together.
Oh my gosh. So yesterday during our live, we got asked a question about how to quilt on your home sewing machine. And if you have that question and you want to learn a really cool, new, fantastic technique, go follow Anne.
Yes.
Quilting as you go, right? She's going to have a beautifully, intricately quilted quilt because she's quilting it as she goes. And Anne will teach you everything you need to know to make that happen.
I said I will. And I've got a video. I'm just about ready to edit it and put it up of how I put it together on my design wall. And then how I decided how I was going to quilt it as you go. So.
Oh my goodness. That's a great way to like custom quilt on your own sewing machine too, because you can then take the time to quilt inside each shape, right? And a repetitive kind of squiggly thing. I am saying tons of comments, and you are going to have tons of people coming and watching your videos for this quilt as you go technique.
And that's one of the reasons that I love doing the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilts. Number one, I love a good mystery, and jigsaw puzzles. And this is just a giant jigsaw puzzle, right? You're just making the puzzle pieces each month, and then at the end, you're putting it all together. But here's my tip. So as a quilter, do we just make one quilt?
No, I have like 6 going on at once right now. Yeah.
And so we're changing thread all the time. We're changing feet all the time. So on your handy dandy little thing at the very top, write your foot size, the foot you used, the stitch length you used, and the color of thread you used. So when you come to pick this up again and you think, oh, I need the J foot. Oh, I need my whatever foot. And you know what to do.
That is a fantastic tip. I love little, like, that's an amazing tip because, you know, I sleep between sewing clues and I can never remember, right? And it's one of these, I can barely remember what day of the week it is today, much less how I sewed it a month ago.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So I know exactly which thread and make sure it's consistent, right? It's what we were talking about earlier with Amber. Just be consistent. And as long as you're consistent, then you are going to end up with an amazing finished quilt at the end. That is amazing, Anne. All right, so how can people find you to get this quilt as you go that they are absolutely going gaga over?
Okay, well, I am on YouTube as Toby Knits, and by the by, I don't just quilt, I knit, I crochet, I cross stitch. So you can find all of that goodness on my channel. I'm on Facebook as Toby Knits. I have a page and I have a group, Toby Knits and Friends, and I'm on Instagram as Toby Knits.
And Anne is also Canadian as well. I don't think we mentioned that yet, but you are.
Actually, I'm not Canadian.
No, but you live in Canada.
I live in Canada, but I'm actually British.
Yes, I know. And I was getting to that part, right? Canadian, you are, it's just like Sheila, right? Sheila is British, but she's living in New Zealand now, right? So,
yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh, Anne, thank you so much. You are inspiring and I love everything you put out. Thank you so much, Anne. And that, I love the little face on the quilt and how it's centered. That's awesome work. That is awesome. All right.
I love
Thank you
it.
so much for joining us, Anne.
You are very welcome. Thanks for having me.
You've got it. We will talk soon. Bye, Anne. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. I feel like we need to have like an interim like break, everybody, but that's okay. You're not going to see me juggle. That's not going to happen right now. All right. So next up, we have a longtime favorite, Ian, off kilter crafter Ian. Ian.
Sorry, I was riding the Ferris wheel while I was waiting.
Did you stand in line with your tickets and did you get your hand stamped? And
Yeah.
Mom was waiting at the exit, waiting for you.
Got a little cotton candy along the way. It's fine.
Can I go back on? Again? Yes, I know. Oh my God. So how are you doing, Ian?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I love that you have some sort of elements of surprise for us because we know that's worked for you before.
Yes. Hopefully it works for me this time better than it did last time before, whatever it was when the polls went everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So Ian, what number mystery is this for you? Do you remember?
Yes. So Carnival makes Puzzle Mystery Quilt number 9, and then Tree of Life is number 10.
Woohoo! Lucky big numbers. That's awesome. Yeah. And so you've been doing this a long time. And so would you mind showing us the amazing quilt that you've created this time around?
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, I always add my own borders. So that's why I like to do the reveal a little bit, because I add those borders onto it to make it a little bit different than what is comes in the package. I did get the border package, but I actually got it after the quilt was finished. So I'm going to use that fabric somewhere else. But I went in and took elements from the quilt. I liked these diamonds and figured they'd make great keystones. So I added those onto the corners of my quilts. I've been doing a lot of keystones except for Village Green. But yeah, there we go.
Oh my goodness, I love it. So that's the petting zoo.
Yep.
And I love how you always incorporate elements from the inside to the borders. I'm going to take elements from the inside and put them on the back because I'm a glutton for punishment and want to just piece the back of my quilts, which means they ultimately never get done. So right. At least you're putting them on the front and you can see it and appreciate it. All right. So we're going to do something I mentioned early on that a lot of times we get asked the difference between the small and the large. And so we are very fortunate that Beth completed her small. And so we get to see the two side by side, guys. Same exact colorway, same exact swatch card. One's a small and one's a large. And so you can kind of see the difference between the two. Some people might think one is just an exploded version of another. Like instead of a 2-inch square, it's a 3-inch square. That's not the case at all. It's the same core design elements, and then it is repeated. You can see in Ian's, he's got a couple more on the left and right, and a little bit more on the top and the bottom to make it just a little bigger. What do you think of, Beth? What do you think of Ian's?
Oh, I love it. When he sent it over, thank you, Ian, I was opening it up and I was like, oh, I love it so much. And he just did a wonderful job. I think part of the great thing about Conquettes that's been mentioned today is your pressing instructions. So as a long armor, when I got his quilt, everything was like flat as can be because he did a wonderful job nesting all of his seams. And it's just a great quilt. You did a good one, Ian.
Yes.
Good job.
So Ian sent it to Beth. So she's had the opportunity to see both ahead of time. And Beth, I know you did a fantastic job quilting it. It looks absolutely amazing.
She really did. I love the quilting that she did on it.
Yes. All right. So Beth, thank you for popping back. All right. So we're going to go to Ian. And so for like months, we've been talking about this challenge that you gave yourself. And every time you put together one of our mystery quilts, you try to make a guess. And you've gotten really, really, really close. So tell me, how close did you get this time?
I got it this time. And actually, I'm going to have a video coming out later today on my YouTube channel where you watch me. I do a time lapse of me trying to figure out the puzzle mystery quilt and what it looks like. And I am so proud of myself that it only took 9 mysteries for me to get it spot on. But I finally figured out the mystery before it was revealed.
Yes. And so Ian is our first one ever, guys. We've been doing this 14 times, and he is the first person to ever figure it out. However, ... is Gail with us? All right. So we have a detective, Gail. Hello, Gail. How are you today?
How are you?
I am fantastic. All right. So Gail sent us a photo, and she's like, I think my husband and I figured it out. We like puzzles. Is this what it's supposed to look like? And our whole team here is like, delete. Gail also figured it out. So Gail, tell us, say hello to Ian and tell us about your process. How'd you guys figure it out?
Well, had a few months worth of clues. We started putting them up on the board and playing with them and patterns. And the more clues we got, the we had to think about. But John was really the mastermind behind solving it. Up on the board one day, and I noticed the Ferris wheel, and I said, "Wait!" It. So that's when we really had the big aha moment.
That is, so I've never considered like bringing in someone who's not a quilter who likes puzzles, right? My kids like puzzles, and I kind of feel like if I just hand them all the months and say, "Go crazy," could they figure it out? Like, am I too close to it as a quilter? And so I kind of feel like we need to up our game. Like, we've got 2 people here. After 7 years, we've got 2 quilts that were figured out. Oh my gosh, Sheila, take a note. Okay, yeah, we're getting asked. Do you guys win a prize? Yeah, you guys will figure out something. You guys are going to win prizes because this is awesome and amazing. Gail, tell us, what colorway is your quilt?
This is log.
So she's saying log
and
flume.
It's the log.
The audio is breaking out for me. But you said it's the large log flume. Yes, Gail?
Large log flume. Yep.
That's a new colorway. We haven't seen that today. It looks great. John, I am impressed. Do you quilt as well, or do you stitch and sew and put things together awesomely?
I mostly assist. I don't sit at the machine.
Okay, good. I love it. They're both beautiful quilts. Thank you, Gail and John, for joining us. Congratulations on figuring it out. Are you guys signed up for Tree of Life as well?
We are.
Okay, well, you have to send us a photo. And this time our team will be prepared now that you've got kind of master class solver on your email response. We will know what to expect when we get an email from the Lefferts. Thank you guys so much. It looks awesome. All right.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you. All right. And thank you, Ian. All right. There's Ian. He's back. All right. I feel like I should be like moving blocks around. All right. Ian, it looks awesome as always. I
Thank you.
appreciate the border work that you do. I appreciate all the work you do to support us. I can't wait to see the time lapse of you putting it together. If it's anything like us with Robins, it's going to be like twisting and turning and then taking it all down and getting frustrated and turning it all around again. I
Yeah.
am impressed.
I was very surprised that I did it in one day because as I was sitting there trying to work on everything, there was one element that kept throwing me off, because when I was putting it together, these triangles, the instructions have them. When I kept trying to like make it work and it wasn't working. And so when I got the Clue 10 instructions, I was like, okay, I did do it right. So that's one of the things that I like about the Puzzle Mystery Quilt is you can, and you have the liberty to change a few elements. So I did change them so that way the way that they were was not working with my brain. And so I needed my brain to be happy in the way that they were. So I flipped one of my
Even as you're
clues.
galloping by on your horse, your brain would still be focusing on those triangles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
I did flip that one triangle, but that's what I love is you you have the liberty and artistic license to, make it your own quilt.
Mhm. Fantastic, Ian. It looks lovely. That colorway. So is this one of your favorite ones you've ever done?
I like it, but Piazza is still my number one. I love Piazza.
Piazza all the way up there. Oh my God, that's
Mhm.
awesome. And I love all the work that you've done to support us, Ian. Thank you. Awesome
Thank
job.
you.
So can you tell us a little bit about that ribbon that's hanging out on your wall there?
Oh.
Just kind of subtly, it's kind of like this, like, hey, don't ask me about it, but I got this giant ribbon hanging out on my wall over here, people.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how when I opened up the package, how big it was. This is from the Sewing Machines Plus virtual quilt fest. I won was the People's Choice Award from their online quilt show. So it was a lot of fun to get that in the mail.
Ginormous. Holy
It
cow.
is.
I love
I
it.
know it's as big as my face.
It was well deserved. I saw the quilts and it was well deserved.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So definitely, Ian, how can they find you? How can they watch this time-lapse video of you struggling and reconciling?
Yeah, absolutely. So this afternoon, in fact, there's a premiere video already on my YouTube channel. Head over to Off Kilter Crafter Ian on YouTube. You can check out that premiere, which will be launching at 5:30, I believe, today. I don't even remember what time I set it up for. But later today, you'll be able to watch me struggle and pull my hair out.
Hopefully not. You want to make sure you keep that there. You're not that old, friend. Not that old at all. All right. Thank you, Ian, as always. We will
Thank
see you at
you.
Tree of Life, and I cannot wait to see this one. This one's going to be challenging. I am worried. All
Bring it
right.
on. Bring it on.
All right. Thank you, Ian. Have a
Thank
great
you.
weekend.
You too.
All righty, gang. Okay, so I need to make sure that we say thank you to Sheila, as always, for this amazing design. Wait, is there a doorbell going off? Did we hear a doorbell? Wait. So hold on. We got to get Paula to ring a doorbell for this next part. Okay, so ring. Okay, there's a door. Oh my gosh, what's happening at the door? I got to go check it out. I'll be right back.
You make me happy, 'cause nobody in this world can do what you do when you do what you do. 'Cause you, oh yes, you make me happy. If you were an apple, then I would be the pie, just so that I could stay close by your side. If you were a tree, then I would be the leaf, 'cause hang around with you.
Alrighty, gang, that is it. The carnival has officially left town. All those Clue 10s are out. They are on their way to you so you can finish up your quilts. We have a live sew-in tomorrow from 10 to 2, so you can join all sorts of detectives and put it together and twist and turn and talk about all the craziness. We will be giving away prizes every hour, and everyone that comes is going to get a little something, something. Everyone will get an attendance prize. So definitely join us tomorrow. We will be signing up for the next mystery. It is going to be Wild West, gang. It's just a fun little thing. It's going to be awesome and fun. Those signups will be at the end of May, the last Friday in May at 7 o'clock. If you did just finish Carnival, you will get a special early access site to sign up a day early so you can sleep in and make sure you get the colorway you want versus the mad dash that's going to happen on Friday. And colorways are going to start trickling onto the website over the course of the next week. I think we're gonna put a couple up at a time just to keep you guys kind of guessing and to keep the game fresh. So with that, I am gonna welcome on Angie from our team. So Angie, if you guys watch our reels and watch our videos, Angie is amazing. Angie, tell us, what do you do at Cotton Cut?
Well, I'm a fabric enthusiast, so I prep the beautiful fabric that you guys see, and I die cut, I fold, I iron, so I get it beautifully made so that you guys can enjoy quilting.
And Angie, did you sew your first mystery quilt clues last night?
I did, thanks to my beautiful team. They got me prepped for clue 1, so now I'm excited for clue 2.
Yahoo! They were here in the shop sewing late last night. I'm sure they were having lots of fun, and there was strawberry shortcake involved. So what's to be wrong with that? So we're gonna end this show putting everyone in the mood for a Wild West shenanigans. Angie has written a little vibe for us. Angie, you are up.
Are you guys ready? All right. This ain't Texas. This the Wild West. Are you ready for the next colorway? Make sure you stay tuned in with us so you can be a part of this exciting news. Don't take it from me. Just stay tuned in.
Hey, all right. And on that note, everyone go